It's Vegan Recipes with Pat and Emily.
Hi, thank you for stopping by. Today it's a great Sunday afternoon and I'm going to show you how to make mushroom roll-ups. They are a delicious, delicious appetizer. To start with, I want to see if my skillet is hot. And I don't know if you can see those little balls of water are bouncing around. Because I'm doing a dry saute, I really want the skillet to be the correct temperature. Take your sliced mushrooms. We're going to take 2 packages and we're going to fry them up. Now add 1/4 of a cup of onions. Just cook them until they're nicely cooked and slightly brown. Salt and pepper, of course, both would be optional. Just keep stirring every now and then. As they're frying, you can see they're sticking a little bit. I'm adding a tiny bit of water, and that's a technique used for dry sauteing. As you can see, there's a lot of liquid with the mushrooms. I'm going to cook them until all that liquid has been evaporated. As you can see, the liquid has cooked off. I've turned the heat off. I'm adding just a few drops of water. I want to get that flavor from the bottom of the pan back into those mushrooms. So really just a little bit of water, and you can see we're getting that flavor into our mushrooms. Next, the mushrooms are in the food processor, and now I am going to be adding a few tablespoons of Vegenaise. Put the lid on and pulse it until it's fairly smooth. That was just one pulsing, and now I'm scraping down the mushrooms. I will repeat this until I have something like a pate. I want to show you the consistency. It's smooth, it's spreadable, but there's still little chunks of mushroom in it. At this point, we need to refrigerate it and chill it well, sometimes up to even 2 hours. Overnight's okay if you're planning for a big party. The filling has been chilled, and now it's time to start making those delicious little mushroom roll-ups. First step is preparing the bread. If you're able to find sandwich loaf bread that is it's that square bread, you can use that, although I didn't find any in my area that was vegan. So we need to cut the crust off. And all of these little scraps that I'm cutting off will end up being breadcrumbs. And I can tag a video where I show you how to make breadcrumbs. But real quickly, I crumble it up while it's still moist. And then I toast it and re-crumble it. I'll continue with these and come back on camera in a moment. Put your bread out on a cutting board, and with a rolling pin you want to totally flatten it. The next thing that we're going to do is add the mushroom filling. This looks like it could be flattened just a tiny bit more. We are totally flattening it, and this is making the crust. I'm measuring it out so I have control of how much filling is going in each of these. And basically, I am putting about 3 teaspoons on each bread. I'll be back in a minute. Now I'm spreading out the filling. Try to get to the edge, and you don't want to overfill it. So I'll finish these and be right back. Next step, just simply rolling these up. Try to make them nice and tight so there's no air pockets. That's what they look like. There's another one. Put them seam side down. Now that the mushroom roll-ups are made, you can slice them in whatever size you want. I am going to make mine in slices of 3. I think that that's a nice bite size. You will also have to be sure that you are using a serrated knife. So like here's a smaller one, and you're holding the roll securely as you are slicing it. Now it's time to fry these up. Just turn them over. You could probably use a spatula or some tongs. Now roll them in sesame seeds. The sesame seeds don't seem to be sticking, so I am dabbing them with some vegan butter so they'll stick on the top. They're kind of hot to work with, but I'm doing it and I'm squishing it on this griddle because I like the way cast iron cooks. So just dab it, stick it back on. So you see what I'm doing. Kind of messy, but worth it. These have been coated with vegan butter and sesame seeds. They'll be baked at 350 for about 15 minutes. Our mushroom roll-ups are finished. They're ready for your party. I hope you love them as much as I do. I normally don't dip them in mustard, but they taste pretty good. So come back next week for another fabulous recipe. Of course, like and subscribe.